Passionate about music.
How are you enjoying being in Wicked?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's just amazing, you know. We've just celebrated the 5th anniversary, and it's become a cult show now. You know, everyone knows of it if they haven't seen it, and yeah, it's a real privilege to be a part of it. I was in it 3 years ago, understudying Fiyero, so it's kind of nice to come back. I almost feel like I've graduated as far as being an actor in musical theatre is concerned, kind of coming back to playing the role that I understudied years ago.
Yeah, that must be a nice feeling as well to be out there, because he's the main. He's the love interest, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's kind of like, you know, he's the lead guy, and it's nice because he's the lead guy, but I also get a lot of time off stage to have a cup of tea and stuff.
Oh, I see the truth out now.
It's all about the girls, really, in that show, isn't it?
It's a really clever production, and also the staging is fantastic.
Well, you don't see, and this is what I always say, you genuinely don't see production values like you see in Wicked now, because it's a massive risk for producers in this current financial climate to open something that's so spectacular. You know, you've got the amazing music, the story in itself is incredible, but the costumes, the lighting, the sound it's just all incredible, and you feel, especially with the costumes, you feel expensive as an actor when you're in it. You kind of, I mean, if you looked at my wage packet, it probably wouldn't really meet that, but yeah, you just feel like you are worth $1 million, and that's, I think, what you see in the production is like, wow, this is good quality.
Wow, what's the sort of kind of is the underlying message of the show, would you say?
Oh, there are so many messages. I mean, it's great that we've got such a massive fan base, especially teenagers. I think everyone can relate to it in the fact that, you know, there's this green girl on the stage who is basically isolated because she's different, and everybody, in my opinion, at one point in their life, for various different reasons, goes through some sort of insecurity and some sort of isolation and feeling like, oh God, I don't know who I am or what I'm doing and what my purpose is. And I think when you see this green girl going from being the underdog to kind of, you know, ending, well, I'm not going to say anything about the end of the show, but it's really inspiring. And then also seeing that along with, you actually look at, you know, the likes of Rachel Tucker, who's now playing Elphaba, and Louise Dimon, who's playing Glinda, and you just see these divas belting their tits off, like, and they're just really inspiring as performers and as actors as well as the characters.
And we all have our own little journeys. I was reading this interview, which is in, if you get this most recent copy of Gay Times, which is on there, we are. Mark is in it. There he is.
There's a really good feature, actually.
It's a fantastic
12
feature.
pages on Wicked.
Yeah. Aside from the fact that you're looking very sexy in it,
Neil.
you do talk about the fact that you were when you were young, you were bullied yourself, weren't you?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, I come from North Wales. I'm a farmer's son, literally from the middle of nowhere. And now that's incredible for me to leave London and go back. It's a little haven to escape to. But yeah, growing up singing, acting and dancing as a farmer's son was not the done thing. You know, all of the people at my school were into rugby and farmers' sons, really. So, you know, I was overweight as well. I used to eat 5 chocolate bars for breakfast every day and didn't realise that wasn't good for you.
Well, sometimes in Wales there's not that much to get because my uncle lives there. You just have to take what you've got,
just
really.
Chocolate bars and Welsh cakes, really, isn't it? Maybe a bit of soup here and there. But no, you know, I was just, you know, fat dancer boy all the time. They used to call me Milk Mark because I had boobs.
Oh, no, Neil, don't laugh.
No, laugh with me, please, because I'd rather people like,
yeah. So, but how did you overcome that, though? That must have been very difficult.
I just decided to put 2 fingers up to everybody and go, I'm going to prove it to you. And, you know, I go back now and they're like, hi, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you. Thank you very much.
I'm in the West End. Yeah. I'm the lead in the West End's Wicked.
What are you doing?
You've got a new album out, Mark.
Literally out this week.
Oh, fab.
Fantastic.
This is the first interview I'm doing, actually, to promote it.
Oh, we're honoured.
Honoured. I did an album launch last weekend, and it was amazing. It's been a long year, actually. I was approached by the Welsh record label Sign, which is the Welsh word for sound. They asked me and my agent if I was interested in doing a record, and I was like, actually, it is something that we've been wanting to do for a while. And because I'm a proud Welsh-speaking Welsh boy, it's kind of 6 Welsh tracks, 6 English, and it's called The Journey Home, and it's got a loose semi-autobiographical theme to it, just so it was basically easier to pick some songs that made sense on it. And it's very, very personal, and it kind of celebrates 10 years since I've left home and what I've been doing and whatever, but yeah, I'm really proud of it.
It sounds like quite a journey you've gone on from as you mentioned before, and you were bullied younger and obviously got to the West End now and able to go back. Throughout
the whole of this year I've been filming a Welsh documentary for S4C, the Welsh channel, and it was around August time, because I do a lot of work in North Wales to promote youth theatre now, and they were filming me literally before the summer school this year begun, and they said, okay, think back 10 years to when you were living here on your parents' farm, and did you ever think that you'd do all the things that you've done and what you've achieved? And I was like, oh yeah, it's amazing. And he said, I'm going to stop you there. Don't give me a generic answer, like, because you're on TV. Actually think about it. Take time to actually think of all the things that you've done. You know, you're about to teach these teenagers. You were one of them 10 years ago. And I literally filled up, because I think, as any hard-working actor will agree with me, you never think about what you've done. It's always about the here and now and the future. And I was like, my God, I was literally a fat dancer boy. And I was like, it was literally step by step, and that's how I take my life and my career, is that every opportunity that comes up, I decide whether or not I want to go with it. And so I never had any plans to be playing a lead in the West End. You know, I just wanted to perform. I just wanted to do what I was enjoying, and it's been incredible. And now I've got an album out, and it's selling really well, and it's insane. Really, I'm just really happy with how things are going.
Where did that desire to come from to be the dancer boy that you talk about?
I have no idea. As I said, my dad's a farmer. My two brothers are proper farmer sons. One's a lorry driver, one's a joiner. My sister's a childminder and full-time mum at the moment. And no one in the family, whether it would be cousins, aunties, uncles, no one is musical at all. And trust me, they're really not.
How do they cope with you being gay and in those early stages when you were that dancer boy, being so different to the rest of the family?
I think just being different in general is, my dad used to kind of really not understand what I was doing, really. It was my mum's idea, actually, to go dancing first. I was singing when I was 10, acting when I was 11, and then she said, don't you fancy going to the local dance school? I was like, don't really know why, but yeah, okay, if you want me to. And then my dad was a bit like, okay, my son's going dancing. That's all right.
Like Billy Elliot,
that's
how people describe it, proper Billy Elliot story. And then it was like, when I started doing some bits and bobs on Welsh TV, my dad used to go around to his friend's house and like chat about sheep for about 4 hours, and then show a quick clip of his son in the video.
So he's proud dad.
Now it's kind of like, it's those subtle things. You just see a look. Like, I was performing some of the songs at my album launch last week, and I just looked at my parents, and they just stare. It's almost like, can't really believe like how different my life has been. It was funny because my old flatmate's just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and I went to meet this little girl, Bella, and I just held her, and I was like, she's just a breathing object at the moment. You have no idea how her life is gonna like turn out. And I think of like how my parents must have thought. They probably thought I was going to be a farmer, and how different my life is now.
The lead in Wicked.
There's this photograph of you in Gay Times this month. You look fantastic. If you look at my hand,
you see the veins about to pop out because I'm tensing so much. I do go to the gym too much, really.
Did you enjoy doing that photo shoot? Because you were actually in the auditorium of the theatre.
The funny thing was that a couple of weeks before that, Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were watching the show.
Shut up!
Yeah. And I was getting changed from one outfit into the other, not really wearing much clothes, as you can see. And I was actually sat in my underwear on the chair where Brad Pitt was sat and Angelina Jolie, and I was like, this is so random. And tonight, someone's going to be watching me on the stage, not realising that I was sat there in my little
pants,
my little Calvin Kleins.
Tighty whities.
Did you know that they were coming that night?
Oh yeah, no, we found out the day it was a matinee. They brought the whole family.
Oh my God,
all the kids and everything.
It's probably the whole auditorium full, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you feel extra pressure when you know something like that's in the audience?
No, I don't ever get starstruck really, but it was weird because you see the likes of those two people and other actors in films like that, and there's times in Wicked when I am on that stage by myself, so I know that those people are watching me.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're incredible actors and they're watching my work now, which you never ever think you get the opportunity to do. So yeah, it was amazing.
Now, you mentioned the documentary. You're also doing a TV special, I believe.
Oh, anything else, Mark?
I'm excited about this. It's like a proper shiny floor thing. It's...
Is that what they call them? Shiny floor shows?
That's what my manager said. She was just like, so we've got the documentary, the radio show, and the shiny floor. I was like, oh yeah, my shiny floor. I think that's the industry term for it. But basically, it's an evening with Mark Evans, which is just ridiculous. I do a lot of work in Wales, so it's nice. I've been kind of working up to this. And yeah, it's an hour's TV special, which we're kind of pitching and hopefully going to have a series out of it next year.
Wow.
So yeah, just me, and we've got amazing people involved. I've got a lovely friend of mine, Rebecca Traherne, who's going to be my guest. I've got a young lad, Dewi Wykes, who's going to be kind of like almost like my co-presenter on certain bits of it. But we've got an amazing choreographer, Ashley Wallen, who choreographed Ghost in the West End, and he works for Kylie, and he's Will Young's choreographer and stuff.
Wow.
And some amazing dancers and things, and it's just going to be brilliant. And it's so nice because all the stuff I do in Wales is because I'm Welsh speaking, and it's just added so much of a variety to my career. You know, like doing a show like Wicked for 10 months is difficult because it's the same thing every night, but then when you have all these extra little bits and bobs to keep you interested, it's just amazing.
And I guess it's quite good for other gay guys maybe in Wales and girls, you know, having somebody like you as a role model as well must be amazing.
Yeah, I think just anyone in general to just go out and break the mould from doing what everyone else does.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's inspiring in itself, hopefully.
And in the TV special, what I mean, is song dance? I mean, what have you got any specific things?
Well, it's just I wanted to there's no one really in Wales who is that sort of all-round entertainer, really. We've got presenters, we've got singers, we've got like actors and whatever, and I kind of just wanted to incorporate all of that together and just make it a fun show in the audience, kind of a bit of a question answer with the audience, and yeah, some songs from my album, some big production stuff. But like I saw images of the set design the other day, and I was like, oh my god, it's like a proper X Factor sort of set. It's
Oh, my goodness. A little bit of camp in there as well.
Of course, dear. Of course.
It's all in the lighting.
Passionate about music.